3 signs. This is your last life. There are moments when the soul grows still, when you feel something ancient staring back at you from your own reflection. And in that silence you ask yourself, why does it feel like I've been here before? And why does it feel like this is the end of the cycle? You may not have the words, but your actions whisper truths. Because if this is your last life, you won't waste a single breath on what weakens you. Sign 1. You no longer seek revenge, only mastery. In your past selves, whatever they were, you raged, you reacted, exploded, crumbled. But now, when someone wrongs you, you do not burn to destroy them. You burn to contain the fire. You do not let chaos pull your strings. You hold the strings. This is not cowardice, it is conquest. Epictetus said, "Who then is invincible? The one who cannot be upset by anything outside their control. The one who knows that nothing external is worthy of disturbing their internal fortress." When you reach a point where their insults, betrayals, and games no longer possess you, when silence becomes your sword and stillness your revenge, that is the mark of an old soul ready to break free. We no longer sharpen our tongues, we sharpen our character. And that restraint, that terrifying calm, that is the strength of someone who has failed in many lives before and is determined not to fail again. Sign 2. You begin walking away from everything that disrespects your peace. There was a time when we begged to belong, when we lowered our standards just to feel loved. But something in you changed. You stopped explaining your worth. You stopped fighting to be seen. Now you walk away from chaos, from shallow attention, from those who feed off your weakness and call it friendship. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." And when we realize that, truly realize it, we no longer ask the world to change. We change how much of the world we let in. You feel the clock ticking behind your ribs. You know time is no longer on your side, and so you do not entertain distractions. You do not bargain with misery. You understand now that peace is not a place, it's a price, and you've already paid for it in past lifetimes of suffering. Sign 3. You begin to desire suffering, not for pain, but for power. Most people flee discomfort, but not us. We lean into it. We invite it. Not because we enjoy the sting, but because we know what lies behind it. Transformation. You no longer pray for ease. You pray for the strength to endure. You wake up and ask not, "How can I feel better?" but "What can I conquer today?" Musonius Rufus, the Roman Stoic, said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And we have learned, freedom is earned through fire. You want your limits tested. You want to be denied, challenged, exhausted. Because you've learned that suffering is not your enemy. Comfort is. We used to cry, "Why me?" Now we whisper, "Try me." This hunger for discipline, this thirst for trials, this is not normal, it's ancient. It's the echo of a soul that has failed comfort too many times before, and now demands something more permanent, power over itself. This is how we know we are not preparing for another life. We are preparing to finish this one right. Some people live as if they'll come back again. We don't. We live as if this is our final chapter. And because of that, we live with precision, with discipline, with detachment from the things that weaken the soul. Seneca warned, while we are postponing, life speeds by. So we no longer postpone. We no longer delay the mission. We are no longer seduced by the world's noise. We are seduced by silence, by self-control, by the unshakable fire that does not need to be seen to be real. So, if you're feeling these signs, if you no longer burn to destroy but to transcend, if you no longer cling but walk away in stillness, you may not need another life. Because this time, you're not here to live endlessly. You're here to end the cycle and become unbreakable once and for all. If this spoke to something ancient within you, it's because the fire was already there. This was just the reminder. Subscribe for more truths they don't speak out loud. And until next time, endure with silence, rise with discipline, and walk as if this is your last life, because it might be.